This is a 2025 Volvo V60 T6. It's a plug-in hybrid where Volvo really did its best to create a wonderful car to drive. Today we are starting directly with the driving, and then afterwards we are going to take a look on the outside, also on the back seats, in the trunk. That's gonna come later. So for now, we are just gonna drive. And yeah, it already starts with the annoying peeping. So, the interior. It looks nice at first. When you get in, it looks nice. When you start using like the infotainment system or trying to figure out what all the buttons do, because it's not so really clear, then it gets a little bit annoying, because I don't find it's not intuitive. The infotainment system, it's really, you could say simple, I would say cheap. The touch screen feels like you're using a phone from 2012. It's really slow and you really have to push the touch for it to work. So this is actually everything you get. You get like maps, Bluetooth and things like that. You don't even get Apple CarPlay through wireless. Like you have to stick a cable into your phone. And just shut up. And yeah, I even tried that, and for some reason it did not work. As I said, I don't really like the infotainment system, really disappointed because it's really laggy often. So right now it's not laggy, of course, because I'm filming, but overall it was pretty laggy these days. You've got the Harman Kardon sound system, which sounds great as always. Harman Kardon never disappointed. Okay, you've got two cup holders, two big cup holders, which is nice. Driving it feels just like this car was made personally for you. Drives exactly how you would want it to drive. I can't even imagine how they managed to create such a perfect transition from electric to the petrol engine, because it's just so smooth. You really often don't know if you're driving electric or if you're driving petrol engine, because it's just so smooth. So if you really don't know if you're driving, or like even don't hear it, you can see it by if you see the little drop halfway to the top. If you're above that, the petrol engine starts, and if you're below, then you can drive electrically. You have a battery of, I think it's around 18 kilowatt hours, and you get a range of about 90 kilometers, which is decent for the city. And also with the 60-liter petrol tank, that's more than enough to have like a really long distance, reliable, low consumption car. You have 4 drive modes. You have the hybrid one, which, yeah, of course, as it says, it drives hybrid. Then you have the power one, in which the engine goes on. It uses mainly the engine, the power from the engine, and then boosts it with the electrical power. Then you have the pure driving mode, in which you drive fully electric. You can drive fully electric up to 125 kilometers per hour. That's like around 65 miles per hour, if I'm not mistaken. And then you have the constant all-wheel drive, which, as it says, is optimized power distribution to all 4 wheels when you need traction. Then you can also choose what you want to do with the battery. Do you want to charge the battery while driving? Do you want to hold the battery level? Or do you want to just set it on auto and let the car decide what you want? Or better said, what you need. I would just hold it in auto, because yeah, if you put it in charge, your engine will consume like a really high amount of petrol to charge the battery. And yeah, the stress on the engine is also a lot higher. If you don't know, in an electric or a hybrid car, you can mostly choose to drive in D, like in a usual automatic, which is just, yeah, you're driving normally, and if you go from the gas, then the car will just roll. Then you can also choose to drive in B, which is a one pedal mode. Like you can also, the car regenerates a lot and charges up the battery. That means because the car is regenerating so much battery. It's also like you can control if you go from the gas, like right now we are going down and I go from the gas and the car just actually brakes. It's like the regeneration brakes the car a lot. You could just actually drive like with just one pedal with the gas, because you do the braking when you lift off. Right here we go from the gas completely. I may have to brake a little or not even. So the car brakes, and then I go on the gas and it's really smooth, picking up speed again. Yeah, it's nice. Then you can also, when you are in B mode, in the one pedal mode, you can also shift gears. You have an 8-speed dual clutch gearbox. Let's also talk a little bit about the engine, because it's also impressive, I must say, because it's just a regular family wagon. It's really made to be practical, and you also have a lot of range. You have a big petrol tank. You have a respectable sized battery, and then you also get 350 horsepower, which is actually pretty amazing, because this car is fast. I mean, taking into consideration everything, like that it's a family car and that it's not built for speed, you have a nice and fast family car. Like you've got like 5.4 seconds to 100, but the top speed, of course, that only comes in question if you're living in Germany. The top speed is like 180. If you live everywhere else and not in Germany, why would you need your car to go faster than let's not say 130, let's say 150? It's just 100% enough for a daily drive. It's perfect. Controls on the steering wheel, as I said, may not be that intuitive. You can't change the cluster. It's just the way it is. You can press here to have the map, but if you're not connected to the Google Maps or Apple CarPlay, then you'll see just this white kind of spot. Other than that, the cluster doesn't change. The only thing, when you put it in power and the petrol engine goes on, you get the engine speed on the right side of the cluster. Other than that, it's just, this is what you get. The peeping is really annoying. Again, I hate it. A minus point for this car would be storage space, at least for the driver. Like you have these two cup holders, you have the space in the door. It's not crazy big. Like, I don't know, you can't fit like a lot of things in here, but you also don't get a lot of space here. So this is really small. Like, just look at this. Yeah, it's nothing. Just your phone. Just your phone, two USB-C cables. So let's take a look from the outside. I think it looks amazing, because even if this car is actually a pretty old model. Like Volvo started building the T6, so this model, in 2018. So the headlights, yeah, you have nice and pointy headlights with this arrow. You've got this wide grille with the Volvo logo, with the huge Volvo logo. Volvo has just this unique look, like maybe a little bit with the sharp edges. It just looks beautiful, like even if as a wagon. Here you've got the charging port, so you can't fast charge. You can only charge like, I think it's 22 kilowatts. Then you can take a look at the side profile, which makes the car look huge. Like when you're driving it, you're actually not feeling how long this car actually is, and not even when parking. The back is also nice. The back is also beautifully shaped, with the taillights coming from the top and then making like a curve and going through the trunk, which looks great. I mean, it really looks, it still looks, compared to other models, it still looks amazing even in 2025, the model being like 7 years old. And the trunk is impressive. Of course, it's a wagon, so it's huge, but you have some clever things here, because this thing, I've never seen it, and I hope I'm even using it this right. And also you've got here, yeah, nothing special because you have the charging cable. And let's see the back seats. Yeah, the back seat is comfortable. Heated seats in the back. You've got two USB-C charging ports. You've got a pretty big leg room. And oh, why are the seats so shaky? Like, look at this. Yeah. Now that we're not driving, we're gonna take a little bit more into detail, the interior. I like the quality of the steering wheel. It feels okay. Like, it doesn't feel. It's not really top quality, but it's above average, I would say. So it feels really nice. But for example, the doors, like the grips here, it's this feels like a really cheap, soft leather. I don't know if you can see this, but it's really soft, and it looks like after maybe 1 or 2 years of driving, if you're holding your elbow here, you're just gonna have a hole here. So let's just start driving, and we're taking it a little bit to the autobahn. The cabin noise, as you may hear, I don't know how clear you can hear, but it's low. You really have a quiet cabin. Like with this power, I'm now driving 150. If I just accelerate, top speed. There was like 2 seconds maybe, and now I'm just driving at top speed, and you could see the acceleration was really good, but you're just hitting the limiter. I didn't expect to say this, but I really love this car. So I was really impressed from the moment I started like rolling away with this car. I was really impressed. So I knew I would enjoy it very much. All right, the battery on my GoPro died, so I'm just making this to end the video. Yeah, just let me know if you enjoyed it. I hope you watched it to the end. If you have any questions, if I left anything out, feel free to comment. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.